Hey YouTube, I last week I was doing a guitar up. I actually converted it into an iron brew for the guy who runs the Blitzkrieg shop in Glasgow, blitzshop.co.uk shop. I should have it on that screen, but I haven't done it yet. So sorry. And there was a Peavey. I can't even remember. I don't know if it was a Raptor Plus. I'm sure it said EXP on it. A very similar guitar, but I was really impressed with it. I thought it was a pretty decent guitar, so I bought one myself. This is a single pickup model. It's a Raptor Plus EXP. That looks like it has had some sort of sticker on it at some point, which you can't actually see. I can see in the on the screen. Is it a skull and crossbones or a teddy bear or something? Yeah, so I'm going to be in at this, but as a rarity, it's like when I buy a guitar that actually works. So I'm going to do a wee demo of it, so you can get a decent guitar for a good price on Gumtree. It is your luck, sort of, whether you get one that's just fully working. And literally all I've done to this is tune it, and it plays. There's a slight issue with the screw that holds the pickup up. The pickup's maybe sitting a little bit lower than I would want, but this screw just spins. So I think, and it's a different type of screw from that. So I think the original screw's fallen out and someone's put another one in. And it doesn't quite fit. So I will be sorting that when I fix it. But even looking at it, it seems to be set up all right. The intonation doesn't look too bad. It's kind of roughly in the right shape. I will be doing that when I put new strings and stuff on it. So I'm thinking of this one maybe, I don't know, it doesn't lend itself well to being a bucky or an iron brew guitar, I don't think. I did do a single pickup Washburn as an iron brew, and what I did was I painted the body orange and then I painted the pickup surround blue and a white pickup, I think, which kind of worked not too bad, but it's obviously much better when you've got the scratch plate on. So I'm just gonna have a wee jam on this. See, I did a video earlier on about a bargain guitar I got last night, but it's in bits, so I couldn't actually play. So there's not much pickup options. You've got one. You do have a tone control though, which is me just using my wee Laney. No pedals on. And the strings are not new. Maybe mess about with that a wee bit, try something else. Humbuckers are never really a thing on clean for a bit of distortion to bring it a wee bit more to life. I'm using the Joyous Dream pedal. for that. The action needs to be a bit lower. When I said it, getting a guitar that works, it's not working to my standards at present, but it's an actually fully working guitar picked up for peanuts on Gumtree, so it is possible. You do kind of takes your chances though. The guy I bought this off was a lovely guy who played guitar. Quite often when you get guitars kind of this type, you know, a sort of relatively entry level one, the humbucker, the single humbucker is, I always thought that it was basically just a cheap option. You know, it's like, there's an Encore guitar I used to get in Argos. It's got a single humbucker, and it's like, you know, it's cheaper because it's only got one pickup. Not really sure that's exactly why these are like that, but people don't like the single pickup thing, which I understand, but I do quite like it. It just seems like for the extra, I don't know how much it costs. You know, I don't know how much this is compared to the full pickup one. You're kind of like that one I had last week. It was like HSS. It's just got 4 other sounds. Even if you don't use them, they're there. Whereas this has just got the one sound. But again, good tuners on this. The neck is a nice sort of C profile. Decent looking rosewood fingerboard. I don't know if the body's solid or not. It could be plywood, I don't know. I'll find out when I take it to bits. Actually, I've just noticed the pickup ring is on backwards. See how it's thicker at this end than it is at this end? That should be flipped round. And it's hardtail, just top loaded. Like simple. Definitely, if I'd say it's quite annoying because that red one I had last week that I turned into the Iron Brew one, the intonation in it was miles off. So I don't know. I mean, I had to move the saddles like 10 mil to get it to play in tune. I don't know whether that was like from new or whether someone had been messing about with it. Because this one has come from a guy who plays guitar, it's apart from he's put the pickup ring upside down, but I mean, you could argue whether that makes a huge difference or not. It just annoys me a wee bit. But frets all seem good. Doesn't have ridiculously sharp fret ends. So a decent guitar, especially if you're thinking about, you know, maybe say you've played guitar for 3 years and you're thinking about maybe having a wee go at doing a wee bit of setup and messing about with things, you know, changing pickups or, you know, upgrading, I suppose. Something like this would be fantastic because it's decent quality. All the stuff that's on it's fine. There is a point where if you buy cheap ones that you can't, that they're just that, well, I keep talking about this one, the one that absolutely appalled me. Someone took the guy in the Blitzkrieg shop says, you said it was a Westfield. I didn't say it was a Westfield. Westfield are all right. They're not fantastic, but they're guitars. This was a Westwood, and I've seen it since. And I've now that I know what I'm looking at, I've seen half a dozen different makes with that on it, and it was utter pish. This is not. This can be made to be worked. If you buy one of those, something like that Westwood thing was, where it doesn't matter how much time and effort and parts you put on it, it's still going to be not a guitar. You know, it's like, because you definitely have to change the tuners on it because it didn't work. The bridge was soft, definitely have to change that. The body was really light and a bit sort of kind of not that, and the wood and the neck. So basically, once you change the neck and the body, and the pickups, which were atrocious, and the bridge and the tuners, it's basically a whole other guitar. All I kept off that was the scratch plate and the knobs. Everything else on it was rubbish. So this sort of level thing, if you're having a wee go at, and it's even if you want to set up your own guitars, buying something like this, and then set up to get to play amazing, and then you can move on to your expensive guitars. Because I remember what it was like. I had my Gibson SG and my Schecter Telly. This is probably nearly 20 years ago. I wasn't really into. I didn't know anything about truss rods and all these things. I was a bit scared. Someone asked me to take the neck off to see what year my telly was. I'm not taking the neck off. It might not go back on again. If you're doing it with a wee cheapie that you found somewhere, you can learn to do all these things. And then now I'm comfortable messing about with more expensive guitars, knowing that I'm not going to break anything. Basically, a truss rod is a terrifying thing. But if you're turning it and you're not pure having to, then you're all right. It should be fine. The only really way you're going to snap a truss rod is if you're absolutely having to put all your effort into trying to turn it and stuff like that. But I mean, that's just, these things just come with experience. And I basically learned how to do all this stuff by guitars like this, or round about this sort of era, where you get, it's by no means a top level pro guitar, but it's totally playable and it could totally be used. And with new strings and a bit of a setup, yes, I would gig this. I might actually be gigging it depending on how silly I can make the paintwork go. Fancy doing something really mad with it. I haven't yet decided what it is though. The other option is I could put like a P90 in the neck or something like that, but I don't know. I quite like the. There's something very liberating about having just the one pickup, and there is it Phil X reckons that it makes a total difference whether there's a neck pickup in or not in. Actually, I watched a video the other night. I can't remember what the result was because I got bored during it. A Phil McKnight one. He's got like a guitar that you can. It's got like blocks of wood that the pickups are on, so you can pull the pickups out the back. So he was doing like comparisons, and he had it. I think he had it even plugged into his computer, into Audacity or something like that. And he was seeing how long the sustain went when you had with the same bridge pickup and either not having the neck pickup in or having the pickup in. And I can't remember what the result was of it. It's probably worth looking it up. Sort of one of those interesting things, especially the whole idea about having it, you know, a graph showing you what it is, so that you know, because if there's a wee bit in your head that says, oh, you'll get better sustain because it doesn't have any other magnets stopping the strings vibrating, you'll hear that, I think, or definitely there's a danger of that anyway. I know that happens to me, when you hear things because you think of what it does, and it's not until later you go, hold on. Rock on. So Peavey Raptor. I think the other one was a Predator. This is a Raptor Plus. Seems like quite a fun wee guitar. Catch you later.